The other day in a live stream, I made a loop from scratch, and today we're going to be making the full beat from that plus mixing it. I will have parts of the live stream to show you how I was making that loop so you can see a little bit of that creation part. Then we're going to throw drums over that and then get into the mix. Let's go. All right, so now that we got the melody broken down from that live stream, we're gonna put drums over it, and I'm gonna mix the beat at the end. I haven't done that in a while, and I think that'd be pretty cool. I'm gonna go into my resupply drum kit. I got a new 808 that's designed in there that's pretty cool that we're gonna use. That update hasn't been dropped yet because I'm still adding a couple more sounds, but regardless, whenever you buy resupply, the updates are completely free. So once I update it, you'll get the update for free no matter when you bought it. So yeah, this 808 is gonna be in it. It's right here, go to 808s. You don't have it yet, but there's two new ones. We're gonna go with 29. It's a really nice 808. And then I'm gonna just pick some hi-hats and stuff like that, and then we'll get started. For hi-hats, one thing you can do, you can see this hi-hat's like pretty short. You could actually put this on stretch and then take this right here and drag it over, and it'll change how the hi-hat sounds. I'm gonna go with the two-step, then figure out what we could do with it. I want it to be a little bit simple because there's kind of a lot going on with the melody, and I don't want it to be too distracting. So let's just start off like that, and then let's go get the open hi-hats and the clap going. Now we're back in the hi-hat. We're gonna make sure we have paint selected. I'm gonna put a note right here just to add a little bit of bounce. Then we're gonna go over here, put this to 6th step or 3rd, and then hit Control A, Shift D, and then we can just select this note. And now we can use that same size to create some rolls for this. You can also hold Shift when you do it and drag down. Just make sure that you're on this one right here and not this one, because it won't work. We'll put one right here. Let's go with like 4. And then probably over here, we could skip every other note maybe. We might have to do 2 in between. And let's see what that sounds like. We can ramp it up like that. Let's do 4. That sounds pretty cool. And then let's get started over here. I want to do like a double right here. Yep, make sure it's the same size. Yeah, cool. That sounds good. Now the hi-hat has some nice bounce to it. And then on this one right here, we're just gonna mess with the panning just a little bit to just get it to have a little bit of like a ear candy to it. All right, for the snare, I'm just gonna hold Control and then click so I can figure out kind of where I want it. It's like quicker than, I could play it on the MIDI, but it's also something you could do real quick just to preview the sound. So I'm gonna do that and figure out kind of where I want the snares to go, and then I'll go ahead and place them in. So we're definitely gonna have one right in between these two open hi-hats. So now I'm just gonna record that on the MIDI. Just adjust them real quick. A couple of them are off. We'll hit Alt Q. And we got the 808 here. Let's make sure we put it on cut itself. And then I gotta go in here. I don't remember my root notes for this. So we got C sharp, B, A, back to B. All right, so I'm gonna mute the bass. I figured out a cool pattern while messing around for a little bit. It's gonna go like this. Let me show you. Quantize, bring them all up. See what it sounds like. Probably put another one right here to separate it. There we go. All right, so I got everything in the mixer now, and you can see the levels just how I had it while making the beat are pretty good. 808's really loud, but it's not clipping, so that's cool. So what I'm gonna do is just mix the drums first real quick. The leads and stuff already sound pretty good. We'll go back to that, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get a nice level with the drums. I'm gonna do a little fade out on this 808 real quick. And actually what I'm gonna throw on the hi-hats is something by Baby Audio called Tape. And I'm gonna bring over the presence a lot and then drive it in. And then back the mix off. I don't do that all the time, but the hi-hat could just use a little bit more bite, and then we'll go level these open hi-hats. Then the snare sounds really good, but I just want to add a little bit of clipping to it. So I'm gonna use JST clip, and I'm really gonna clip it, and then I'm just going to mix it in. So we're gonna go 2 times, probably about here. It just brings out that beef in it. And then we'll just back it off a little bit. And then the clap, I'm gonna throw an EQ on it. I'm actually gonna use this EQ and dial it in around 5K and around 8K. Also gonna add a little bit of high end to the snare. Really don't think too much when I'm mixing about like what plugins I'm using. I just grab what I need because, you know, I need a certain sound. So I'll just go grab a plugin and get that sound out of it. So you can see I used 2 different EQs. I could have used them interchangeably, one on the clap, one on the snare, or vice versa. And sometimes I just, oh yeah, I want to use that plugin. I want to use that plugin because I know what I'm trying to achieve. Then I'm going to take the whole mix and just bring it down a little bit because I'm going to push it into a soft clipper at the end, but I just want a little bit more headroom. And you'll see why I do that towards the end. So let's go ahead to the keys. These were kind of already mixed when I made the loop, but we need to EQ it a little bit more. This is kind of interfering and clashing with the 808, so I'm gonna bring this out a little bit. Let's widen the piano. Sounded pretty good. Let's go into the vocal. I'm actually just gonna mix all these by themselves real quick. Bring a little bit more high into that. Cut out some lows. Then I'm gonna throw S1 on this and widen it out real quick. Let's hear the guitar. I had those a little too bright. Let's hear it in mono. There we go, and now we just need to hear the bass. It's a really nice contact bass, so it already sounds good. Nice and crispy. See when the 808 drops back in? Oh, you see that 808's like really wide too. It just sounds really warm. So now over here, all I have on the master is a soft clipper, and I'm just gonna push volume into that. You can use a gain plugin to just push into it. The reason that I do it on the master is so that when I export my track outs, I still have all of this headroom, as you can see here, right? We're under 0 dB. So these will have headroom, but then I want to have the actual beat just hit into a soft clipper really hard. It'd be dope if FL put an input on the soft clipper. You'll see a lot of other clippers like JST clip or G clip have an input knob right here, right? And then we have the input knob, and the output knob is gonna be the trim. But for right now, what I'm gonna do is just use an EQ and use this knob right here. I'm also going to get this meter, and I'm gonna throw it in between here so I could see how much I'm actually pushing into the soft clipper. So I want the 808 to get like clipped pretty hard, but not too much to where it sounds crazy. Right now you can see we're going about 1.6 into the soft clipper. Like that sounds bad. This 808 could probably be around maybe like 2 to 3 dB into it. And then we'll throw this after. So now the 808 has a little bit of that crunch, but it doesn't sound too crazy, and the beat sounds nice and loud. Now let's hear the full beat from the beginning.